Hello everyone. Thank you for joining us today for this What's New in e-commerce presentation. I'm here with Stefano, our product lead designer, and I am Jean, product owner of the e-commerce. Before we start, I would like to remind you that there is a pad accessible for this presentation, so you can write down any question you would have and we can answer it at the end of the presentation. I give you a few seconds to scan it if you want. Okay, so this year we have done a lot of work on the e-commerce on 4 different main aspects. The first one was the intention we had to provide a lot new feature to create a tailored experience for your customers and to customize your website a lot more than before. Secondly, we also try to enhance as much as possible the shopping experience on the e-commerce and ensure that your customers can really go through the checkout flow as easily as possible. As always, it's important for us to improve your daily work, so we did some changes to streamline the shop management. And finally, we have done some changes to ensure that we can drive more traffic on every Odoo e-commerce website. So to start with, we'll discover everything we've done to create a new tailored experience in the e-commerce. And for that, I will leave the floor to Stefano so he can explain you everything.
Hello everyone. Hello, can you hear me? Can you? Okay, great. So, hello everyone, and ciao Giulia. And I'm Stefano Rigono, I'm the product lead designer here at Odoo. And today we are going to do a very fast demo to showcase some of the new functionalities that e-commerce provides in terms of design. And before even starting, I thought that it would be interesting for you to have some general information about this project, how we ended up here. So very briefly, starting from the start, e-commerce for Odoo historically has been always extremely functional, stable, and seamlessly integrated with all the other apps. There was a gap though, there was a problem we were aware of, and is the fact that it's not always pleasing. What I mean actually is that the full design doesn't always cover all the scenario and the business case we wanted to cover. So, being aware about this gap by a design point of view, we start the year with very clear specifications and requests from the top. And this is the end of the list, basically, of the indication we received. Of course, this is a joke. We did a lot of research, and we knew where we wanted to go. But we did a lot of research in the initial phase to confirm our doubts eventually and to find design solutions to cover specific scenarios that were not covered before. I'm talking about, for example, very large and complex catalogs where you maybe don't need to focus too much on the image of the product. And in the other side of the spectrum, small or medium-sized catalogs where you want to promote images and you want to promote the quality of your products. So we were a bit lacking by a design standpoint on these two sides. And we start our project from the first step, that was updating the previous design of version 18. This is quite straightforward, I would say. This is something that we do normally for each iteration, for each version of the software. It means passing through all the components and ensuring that those are updated and they take advantage of new editor functionalities, for example. The second step was to ease the edition in e-commerce. Why? Because normally in any front-end module in Odoo, you have some options that you can toggle by clicking on the option itself. What happens when you click on this option is that the system normally takes 300, 500 milliseconds to perform the change. and it results in a little delay that is perfectly normal. It's fine in most all the scenarios, but it was not the case for e-commerce. Why? Because in e-commerce we have a lot of options, and so all these little delays, like click, wait, confirm, discard, confirm, move to the next option, etc., were leading to some user experience drawbacks during the edition. And we wanted to add more options because, as I said before, we want to cover more scenarios. So we had to basically build a new edition system that was made on top of the current website one. It's very light and is compatible with the website, of course, but it allowed us to reach a situation in which you click on an option and the option is immediately applied. This way, the shop page is basically a design canvas where you can play, you can toggle the option, you can change the attributes, and you see immediate change on the page itself. And the third point was to introduce new designs. Now we are not worried anymore to adding options because we know that the system is fast and that the user will not be overwhelmed by a complicated UI or from very huge delays. So we are not worried anymore. We can introduce new designs, new options, and this is how it went. So yes, the live demo. I will go very fast. I already created an e-commerce website. What you see there is Odoo 19 default. Basically, I just created some products. Those are from a very famous brand like the cowboy bikes and the map clothes that are still bikes related. So we can imagine that our business is the main scope of our business is to sell bikes and to sell all the clothes that are around this kind of sport. So this is the default design when you start with e-commerce, and it's already good enough. I will say that everything you expect from an e-commerce platform is there. It's clean, it's balanced, but it doesn't really fit my business. Why? Because all my bikes looks a bit the same at first. You have to investigate a bit to discover that some comes with the colors, some has different type of options, and the fact that the thumbnails are quite small don't really make the product stand up. Also, the sidebar is very convenient. You can immediately filter by color, for example, or you can do a lot of stuff. But it's probably not necessary at this stage because we don't have a huge catalog. We have a few products and we want really the user to focus on them. So let's go to the edition. I click on a card and I have already here a few options. This is to enlarge the size of the view. And then we have the product design controller. I will zoom a bit. It's this guy here. So using the first drop down, you can immediately change the design of the cards, and you have an immediate overview of what you will get. And this is, I think, normally what you already saw in the keynotes or in other talks. You see, this is the scenario I told you before. If you want a very condensed list of products, you can use this design. If you want to emphasize your product with big cards, you can use this other one. Then we have a more structured list, the classic list card, list thumbnails, grid, cards, and chips. So I will be tempted to use this design because it emphasizes a lot the bikes. But indeed, I'm not very happy about the final result when we want to showcase the clothes. Still, bikes are my main focus, but clothes are important again too. So I will probably stick with the thumbnails design, but I will decrease the number of products visible on screen, and I will hide the sidebar. Perfect. So now we have a bigger image. The user can over the, I have to say first, the user can over the filters and see immediate change directly on the product. We lost the possibility to filter in the sidebar, but it probably is not a big drawback because, again, the user can use the filters there. But we can improve it more. There is a magic button that is here. Up. The one with the pen brush that will open the product design panel. This is a very specific subset of options that are related only for the product cards, and those options are available in any place where product cards are rendered across the entire website, meaning the shop page as we are right now, but also a snippet or a wish list, whatever. So we have a lot of options here that you can trick to customize your design. For example, we have over effects that probably gives their best when you have a dark background to show them against. Then we have the gap, the roundness. I should probably, find images with a bigger background to show that. And then we have alignment, and everything is related to the style of the title. You can choose between the default color or the link color. This has been a request for quite a long time to have the possibility to switch between the two. And you can set the title to bold, for example, and you can also change the font size of everything inside a card. Normally, the font size is responsive, meaning that it changes depending by the size of the card, but I can enforce the theme default font size if it's what I want to. You can toggle the description, the ratings, everything works in real time. Here we have the image ratio and several over effects that you can apply when you hover the image. Normally, by default, the secondary image of the product is shown when you hover it, but you can disable this effect and keep the zoom animation, for example. I think that, for example, in this case, we will have to disable the secondary image because I don't really like the fact that there is so much going on when I hover the card, while I want people really to focus on the fact that we provide different colors for our bikes. So, link color, let's go back to this design. Then we have the actions. To showcase, normally when you hover a card, you see we have buttons to add the card to the product to the cart or to compare it. We have also the favorite buttons. Normally those are shown on over, but depending on the layout you can switch to inline if it's something you want to. And you can also change the colors of this button. You can either decide to promote the add to cart button or to use the theme colors. Finally, we succeed to achieve a complete integration with the theme color system in Odoo, meaning that if you switch the colors, those are immediately applied on the cards themselves. This was already the case before somehow, but the behavior was forced, and now you have more options in case you want to, for example, use this set of colors, but not for the product page. You can switch to a more subtle design, or a design that still promotes the add to cart. So depending by the preset that you will select, you will have different type of options. There are presets that have very specific options only for them. It's the case for the big guy here, for the showcase design. We have the gap, like in the other case. We have the roundness, like in the other case. But in this case, you can also choose to change the preset of the theme. Again, those colors are defined in the theme tab, so it will help you to achieve consistency across the entire website. And you can also change the opacity of this effect. Then we have other options that behaves other templates that have a different subset of options. Like for example here for the product card, I can choose a newer effect that is border primary, meaning that when I hover the card, the border will become primary. This is unfortunately a quite sad combination of colors to showcase all these features. I will choose something with a more prominent color. Okay, maybe this one was not very good neither. This one, okay. So back to style. And yeah, okay. This is for what regards the shop page, but I can do much more. All this section here, we show the current location, so we are in all products. Here we show the categories, and we have some we have the search and the sort by. I think that all of this is very convenient, but somehow it doesn't match with my desired design. I want something more clean, more minimal. I want to really emphasize the product itself. So what I will do in this case is to remove the search and the sort by. Actually, I will not remove them. I will move them in a floating bar that you see appearing at the bottom in a preview. Pop. So now it's moved there. It doesn't obstruct visually the products, and if someone still needs to search or to sort, you can use this controller instead. What else? Yeah, for the categories on top, again, those are very handy, but probably is not the best design I want to use for this category specifically. So I will hide them, and I will drop a custom snippet instead. We design new snippets that are specifically tailored for e-commerce, and I will drop. Where's this guy? Up. It's on top, and I will move it to the top. Okay, almost there. Okay, it's gonna probably better to do it clean. Okay, this is where I want to drop it. And here there's the snippet as before. So we have 4 categories currently in our shop. There are the bikes, there are the clothes for men and clothes for women, and the accessories. I really don't want to promote accessories, so I need only 3 blocks. I will remove the last one. I will keep the first block emphasized because it's the one for the bikes, the one that I want to use. And so I will add a nice picture of a bike. Okay. This will become bikes, and this link will become category bikes. Okay, apply. This is not desk. This will become none. Okay, and this will change to category men. Apply. And this other guy will be woman. Place the image. Yeah, here it is. Okay, and so we already have a categorization snippet that is already functional and is very nice to see. We have just to adjust some details, like the fact that, of course, we don't want to hide the face of the girl here, so we change the focus point of the image to the girl. Apply, and probably we can adjust something here as well. We can move it just a little bit, so we ensure that the clothes are really visible. One of the bike. Okay. And something else I would like to do is to hide the big title on top, the title on top, or products. I really don't need it. I think that the page is self-explanatory. You are in the shop page, and you see all the products. So what I will do is to hide the title there, and I think that we are good. Okay, as you saw, I drop a snippet in a very specific section of the show page, is the one that is used only by the show page. But each category has its own section that is tailored for a specific type of content. Like for the bike, I already created a little banner to add there. It was the case also for the men page, but I think that the woman one doesn't have a banner. Maybe I misclicked something. Oh yeah, I forgot to category woman apply. Okay, now it works. So we have the products that are related to this category, but we don't have a big banner on top, and we want a big banner there as well. So I go to category, I choose this guy. Okay, and now we change the image. We go for this. As usual, we change a bit the position, apply, and we move the text a bit at the bottom. Okay. And so now we have categories that are fully designed, and each category has its own big model. As we said before, the edition system for the product cards is available across the entire website, meaning that if I go in the wishlist page and I want to modify the default design of the wishlist, I can. And I can use the very same controllers that I find in the product page. This will help me to achieve consistency across the website while still succeeding to say provide a design that is really tailored for that context. Like for example, in this case, I think the thumbnails is very nice, but maybe we want something a bit more compact. So maybe I will go for grid. I don't know. Actually, I will go for a thumbnail list. Yes, I think that is good, and in mobile as well. Okay, so let's see now how the snippet works. I created a very generic home page for our company. There are a lot of snippets already there. We have some parallax effect, some videos and such. Now we want to add some products to showcase directly in the product page. So here again, I drop a snippet. This time it will not be a dynamic one, a static one, but it will be dynamic. Here there is the label, meaning that it will fetch the product information directly from the database, and whenever I apply changes on these products, like changing the title of the price or whatever, it will be immediately applied on the product itself, on the snippet itself. And so here you see I have this thumbnails controller, and I can change it with whatever I want. So to wrap it up and make our shop page perfect, at least according to my taste, I will change the header design of the main shop to an hamburger type menu. It will streamline a bit. I don't have a lot of page on my website anyway, so I don't mind if using this hamburger menu. What else? I will probably move to the default font size. It's quite tiny, but it's nice to see. And then I will change my fonts for the heading. Yes, I already had prepared that. Yes, so I can achieve something like that. Yes, I think that no, I was forgetting just one little detail, the product page itself. Okay, so here is the new product page that I was totally forgetting to show you. Those are the default, the standard options that you have set. What we can do a lot. We can change the page width design. here as well. We can change the size of the image area. This is a bit generic. It's the area where we plan the image to be shown, regardless by what actually will be shown there. It could be a carousel, it could be a grid, whatever, but here we set this size. It could be 65, 50, 33, or 100%. I will go with 100% because, again, I really want to emphasize the images. And then we have the controllers to replace or add more images. I will add more, and I will add some random image, this, and this, and look for something nicer. Yeah, this one. Add. Okay. And the layout automatically adapts depending by the number of images I want to showcase. If I'm not perfectly happy with the result, and this is not the case, this is the case actually, I can change the auto crop settings to fit different type of proportions of image. That is normally the size of image I want to use for this website. Then we have options to show eventually, to zoom on click, when I click on something to show the zoom features. And then we have specific options to handle the design of the purchase part. You can choose a boxed design, for example, or you can go for very large, big buttons. As you can see, in this case, there is a bit of reload necessary, but this is somehow necessary and totally acceptable in my opinion, because this is quite a huge change. It has a lot of technical impacts, so we have to keep it. We have to keep the reload, let's say. And then of course you have purchase options, so you can, as it was in version 18, you can add compare, quantity by now, bottom page, and all the rest. Okay, so I think that is more or less all I can show you right now in this limited amount of time. So I think that I could leave the stage to John for the conclusion. Just before, I would like to thank the R&D design team and the R&D sales team that worked together for 1 year collaborating on this amazing, interesting project. So thank you guys, and thank you.
Really enhance. Okay. So you hear me? Okay, perfect. So yes, now we can take a look at what we've done to enhance the shopping experience of our users. I have another website here with furniture this time, surprisingly. And if I go on the shop page, some of you may have noticed in Stefano's presentation, but it's now possible to display every variant of our product directly on the product cards on the shop page itself. You have the choice between displaying directly the thumbnails of these variants, but you can also use the regular display type, like the color ones, the pills, and so on. For the configuration of this, it's really easy to do. You just need to go to the attributes on one of the attributes you want to showcase. And here you just have a new field that's named on product card, basically. And you can select if you want this attribute to be visible or only visible on other. when I make it visible, I can still decide if I want to show thumbnails for these attributes or not, meaning I will show the variant images. While we are here, you can also see that we have a new display type available. It's the image display type. This one is made in particular to showcase texture and small details of our product, for example, in a better way than we had the possibility to do it before. So if I take a look up, you can see here the new display type with image. It's of course correctly displayed in the filters here and on the product page too. So you can see the texture. Back to the product page, we've done some improvements on the filters too. We now correctly manage every display type regarding the design of it, so everything works fine. The filters will also collapse if you have too many filters. It will dynamically collapse to ensure that users are not overwhelmed with too much information directly. And if you have a lot of value in a specific attribute, we will automatically display a search field so your users can easily find the brand they love if you sell a lot of brands on your e-commerce. Another feature we reworked is the comparator tool. You can see that the comparator tool is now working a bit differently. We will display the elements that are in your comparator basket in a sticky bar. That's always available while you are shopping. And the compare page has been also cleaned to ensure a proper comparison, and it's now using only product variants. So you can compare really a specific product variant instead of a complete product template, which was a bit less relevant. And also, very important for that comparator feature, it's now available on mobile, which was not the case before. It's perfectly responsive now, so your user can use it easily. Let's now jump on the product page. Here you can directly see that we have a new field available, a new attribute like that's selectable for your customer. It's the packaging. This one is based on the unit of measure, and you can allow your customers to buy the same product with a different unit of measure. Here you can see that I can buy a pack of 2 customizable desks, but also a pack of 6. If I want to manage the packaging, it's extremely easy again. You just go to the product form. In the sales tab, you can see that I have the different packaging available. I can just remove this one, for example. And if I go to my product page, the field is updated. We also improved the click and collect or pick up in store widget that is available on the product pages. Now we will correctly display every out of stock message and the stock level of your product and everything that was already available in the delivery methods is now available for the pickup in store. And in addition, we can also see the stock that is available for delivery. It's particularly interesting if you have some pickup points and centralized stock, for example. You can show to your customer if the stock is available in both. Let's say that I select already a pickup in store method and that I want to buy this customizable desk. I will add it. Again, basically we cleaned most elements of the e-commerce, so we have done also a small relifting of this configurator and we will see of the entire checkout flow. Here I can so select the customizable desk and add a few chairs, because it's always interesting to have chairs with a desk. And then on the cart, we can see another interesting feature. It's the quick reorder. The quick reorder is available on every cart if you already order from this shop, and it will show the 10 last order you've made with the quantity and the date where you placed this order. It's extremely interesting for B2B users. For example, if you need to buy, you are a restaurant and you need to supply drinks every week, it's really easy to do it from there. You can see the quantity you ordered last time. You can just add it by pressing enter and modify the quantity if you want. It's extremely convenient. Let's continue my checkout. Here I can see a few improvements too. For the pickup in store, again, now that we perfectly manage every stock flows with the pickup in store, I can adapt my cart directly if for some reason some products were not available during my checkout. So here I can see that I can still decide to buy this chair later. I can remove the storage box, remove the pedal bin, and I can even update my cart with the available stock, so I can still buy for chair flow protection. On this part too, you can, if you really well know the previous versions of Odoo, you can see that we also changed some things to ensure that we have a cleaner checkout. We removed some elements, we moved some elements. We also redesigned the way we display the addresses to ensure it's more readable and more understandable for your customers. Let's continue my checkout. I can just confirm it and pay now. I will skip it. Okay. Another interesting thing we've done with the checkout is improving the way your users can buy services product. So services product doesn't require a delivery in most cases. So in this case, we will automatically compute if the delivery is necessary or not, and we will apply a way more fast checkout if you don't need any delivery. For example, here I can buy an appointment. Can choose the time for my appointment. I enter my data here because it's important for the booking. But then when I want to proceed my payment, I directly arrive on the payment method form. I just need one click more to finish my checkout. And something else I will not demonstrate completely, but we did a lot of improvement on the mobile version. Basically, we really ensure that the checkout is clearer and cleaner. And this is an example of what we've done. We have moved the cart summary from the checkout page itself to an off canvas to ensure that you have a better experience in mobile, that you don't have too many elements, and that you can understand what is the action that is expected from you when you are in the checkout. So we can see cleaner screens, focus on what the user has to do. Okay, so now it's time to check what we've done also to automate more of the e-commerce and to help you to do more in less time. If I take a new page, Stefano already showed you some static snippets and some updates, but we also added some new dynamic snippets. The first one is the category dynamic snippet. Basically what it does is that it will fetch all the categories from your e-commerce to display it in a snippet that's ready out of the box. So here it took all the categories from my e-commerce, and I can still adapt whatever I want to ensure that it fits with the global design of my e-commerce. I can change the number of columns. I can change the spacing of the elements. I can even change the size if I want to achieve very different design. And most important part, I can choose if I want to display all the categories of my e-commerce of a specific category and its subcategories. So it's particularly interesting if you want to create more complex SEO structures with content pages for your categories, and you want to always link it with the next level of subcategories. So this is the dynamic category snippet, but that's not the only one. The next one is way smaller, but extremely interesting. It's the inner payment method snippet. This one, as I said, is an inner snippet, so you can drag and drop it almost everywhere on your website. What it will do is that it will fetch all the payment methods that are installed on your e-commerce, so you can reassure your customers and placing that wherever it's important in your user experience, but without any content update on your side, it's all automatically done. Okay, something else we automated are the product ribbons. You can see here the layout is a bit adapted, but it's a classic ribbon, the classic out-of-stock ribbon. The difference with before is that in this case it was automatically assigned because my product is out of stock. So indeed we added some assignment method on the product ribbon that are available on the backend. If you select a ribbon, you will see a new field that's called assign, and 4 different assignment methods available. The first one is manually. Basically it will work exactly like it has always worked. The second one is on sale, meaning that this ribbon will be displayed if your product is on sale. The third one is when the products are new, and in this case you have to indicate for how long a product should be considered as new. And the last one is when the product is out of stock. Just as a quick example, I can just change my new ribbon to ensure that it will display new products. And if I go back to my shop, as I have a very young database, all my products are now new. Yes. We also have added a new payment provider. We had several payment providers, but there are other tools that will explain all of that. But this one is particular because it's the cash on delivery payment provider. Basically, if you activate it, this one will add a checkbox on all your delivery methods, where you can say if you accept cash on delivery with this delivery method. It's important in 2 different ways. You can accept cash on delivery, but it's also the only payment provider that will confirm a sales order without any upfront payment. So it will launch every post-processing that you could require, the delivery and so on, but without upfront payment. So it's nice. It will apply in a lot of workaround, but it should be still used with care because it will launch everything in your database. Final part on this part. We have done a lot of improvement in the settings. We ensure that it was way more understandable because there were a lot of settings. What's important is that we didn't remove any feature while doing so. So we ensured that we have a lot less settings, but we still have the same level of feature. And what's particularly interesting with that is that we took this opportunity to ensure that everything that should be website specific would be website specific. So for example, it's now possible and very easy. You just need to set it in this field to have a specific email confirmation template for every website you manage. Also, we added a new integration with Gelato. Gelato is a worldwide print-on-demand service. So basically it means that if you want to sell customized product like I Love Odoo t-shirt or mugs, for example, all you need to do is create an account on Gelato, create your product on Gelato, then synchronize it with Odoo and start selling it with the Odoo eCommerce, and then Gelato will take care of the sending and the printing of your product directly to your customers. If you are interested in this particular feature, the flow is a bit long to demonstrate, so there is a specific talk for this in Hall 7A at 3 p.m. Last but not least, we have done some things to improve the way we drive traffic on your e-commerce. The most important one is the new integration with Google Merchant Center. So Google Merchant Center is the Google service that allow you to manage your Google Shopping products. So it's quite interesting to have link with it. But it's even more interesting because that Google Merchant Center integration is also perfectly compatible with Meta, TikTok, and most of the social media platforms in the world. For the configuration of it, again, something really easy. You just need to go to the settings of your e-commerce. You find the Google Merchant Center settings and you activate it. And then you will have the possibility to manage different feeds. It can be for different language, it can be for different platform. Here you can just add your feed, select the price list, so the price that you want to send to Google, the language in which this feed should be configured, and you can restrict some categories to select a specific assortment to send to Google. Then you just need to copy the URL. It will give you something like this with all your product. And in Google Merchant Center, so this is the interface of Google Merchant Center, you will just have to add a new product source, paste the link that you just received, and you can process with the synchronization. It will fetch all your products. I will not do it here because the Wi-Fi is a bit complex, but that's it. Something else we improved are the microdata on your product. Some of you may already have noticed sometimes in Google search that some products can have a bit more details on it. Like here you can see the price range, you can see the reviews, you can see the product images. These are fetched by Google using microdata. On this part, nothing to do to update your databases. It's completely automatically managed, but it will now be improved for Google to fetch all that data, these data. And that's it for this presentation. So as a conclusion, we will just play a small video to summarize everything we just showed you.
The best part? You can choose from a variety of beautifully crafted templates, each designed by professional web designers to fit different styles and needs. Whether you're showing off your full collection or just the best sellers, there's a template ready to match your style. Great! Now let's head to our shop page. Wow! Odoo's elegant and impactful shop page templates showcase your products in the best way possible. Isn't it appealing? The shop filters have also been revamped with clean designs, pills, radios, drop-downs. The choice is yours. A View More button appears when you have over 8 attributes, and a search bar is automatically displayed over 20. Who needs clicks? Just hover over product cards to preview attributes instantly, like size, color, or material. And last but not least, improve your website experience with a floating bar that sticks with you while you're scrolling. That way, you can search or sort out items anytime. Creating a product page is now easier than ever. Here as well, Odoo provides many template choices that you can fine-tune using the editor on the front end. And you can now even spice up your product pages with videos from your favorite platforms. And voila! Okay, let's have a look at these wooden parts. Now you can showcase variants in pictures to display different textures and colors, making your product page even clearer for your customers. Do you remember ribbons? Well, good news. Now they have new siblings, Odoo badges. Other great news? Both ribbons and brand new badges can automatically highlight new arrivals or on sale items. Okay, we know that's already a lot, but we're not done yet. You can save valuable time by letting AI handle the busy work. In one command or click, your AI sidekick generates a compelling product description or translates what you need instantly. No more manual translations. Boy, did we improve our SEO optimizer. And with just one click, our smart tool autofills meta titles, descriptions, and suggests keywords. Let's showcase your products so you get more sales. You can now push your products to Google Merchant Center. You can also link your catalog to social platforms and marketplaces like TikTok Shop, Facebook, Instagram, Amazon, and more. Are you ready for some more? Let's go! If you own an e-commerce store as well as physical shops, there's an awesome feature available just for you. You can now display product availability and in-store quantities for each of your shops. Perfect for click-and-collect shoppers who want speed and clarity. All right, now let's talk about the new checkout experience, smoother and clearer than ever. Your customers can now choose the cash-on-delivery payment option. And the cherry on top? Sales orders can now be confirmed without upfront payment. That means no more outdated stocks and disappointed customers. And there's still more. A fully customizable login page where you can now add forms and price lists to categorize your customers from the beginning. Checkout is even faster for event tickets and appointments. No more address fields to fill. Receive your tickets in a few clicks. Product name now autofills in contact forms, which makes the follow-up easier than it's ever been. A refreshed wish list design with a sleeker look. A one-click quick reorder button. And a seamless integration with Gelato for selling your print-on-demand designs. Modern, powerful, built to convert. This is your new Odoo e-commerce platform.
Okay, so we have 3 minutes left. So we can try to answer a few questions in this time.
Try to a few questions. Thank you, Stefano and Jean, for the amazing talk. Some of them are actually wondering, like, can you put a word from before the price of the product category when you have a lot of variants? Can you say like price starts from and then $100 and then let's go move on, or is that not possible?
Yes, if I understood well the question, it's possible, definitely, on the e-commerce to add a price range selector.
Possible is just fine, and then they can later come back to
As you can see here, it's indeed possible to display a price range.
Do you have a DAM, a digital asset management system within Odoo?
Not in particular, because it's we have the possibility to manage all the documents we want, and we have the possibility to attach every files we want and every image we want to a specific product. But so it's not literally a DAM, but it's indeed mostly possible.
Okay. Are you planning on adding an out-of-stock filter, like we saw filters, price points, and all of these things? Is that also something that is coming up?
Not really.
They're wondering, can they use maybe dynamic labels in another way to have that functionality, or
to have this functionality?
The out-of-stock.
To be honest, I'm not sure it's really useful, because in most e-commerce, if you have an out-of-stock product, these are your best seller and you don't want to hide them too quickly. And in the other way around, you don't want to filter on out-of-stock product to see what you cannot buy. So that's why I'm not sure that it's particularly interesting
Okay,
to develop that.
thank you. We also saw that you can put the payment options. Is that also possible on the product page itself? Can you already see the payment methods in the product page?
The inner
snippet?
snippet is definitely draggable in on almost every emplacement in the e-commerce.
Okay,
On the
super.
product page too.
Maybe for upgrades, Odoo 17 websites, can they move quickly to Odoo 18 and Odoo 19, or will they need to be redesigned websites and e-commerce shops?
Maybe for the design side.
Maybe, okay, let's
for that
keep
part.
that.
If you move to 19, normally the migration to the new designs should be flawless, because the new system we showed before is based on, it basically uses a classes system that are directly added to the DOM, meaning that all the classes that were previously existing will be removed and the new class added. So normally, for what matters, the DOM is
Okay.
normally already handled.
Perfect,
with
thank
the
you.
Regular migration script.
We'll try to answer the rest of the questions in the pad, and thank you so much for the talk.